Hey loves, it's your girl Queen A. So I don't know where y'all at. I hope y'all enjoying this lovely Monday. Today, don't forget, this week we are focusing on confidence. And today we are talking about mind frame, okay? Confidence is all about your mind frame. It's all about what you believe and what you think. So that is what we're going to focus on today. And before we move forward, make sure that y'all liking, following, and all that good stuff, okay? So let me just tell y'all about the mind frame of confidence, what confidence breaks down as, right? So I can remember, and I know y'all can remember, right? I can remember being young, and when I was young, especially like going to school, I always was like, I can remember first, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to hang with that person, because they like popping, or these people over here, because everybody, they was cool with everybody. Right? And I always would think about that. But then if anybody know me, even if you know me from back in the days, what happened was I can remember I never felt comfortable. Right? I was like always trying to fit in, and I never felt comfortable when I tried to fit in. The only time I ever feel comfortable is if I was doing what Queen A wants to do, right? And of course, I wasn't calling myself Queen A back then. I was Ariel, Nay, Kiwi, Cornbread. I done had all types of names, right? So, I could just remember when I was going to school or when I was just hanging around, I always was like, man, like when we go to the clubs, I'll be going here. And I can remember like, everybody be standing in this line. Like, even when I was going out to the clubs, I can remember everybody standing in the club line. It'd be cold. And I would be the only one with a coat on. So, I would be the only one with the coat on. I remember that like it was yesterday. And it'd be so many people in this line. Like, we going out, the Ritz or wherever. And everybody, like, they're freezing. They don't have no clothes on for real. And they're sitting there, like, cold. And I can remember smiling because I had on a coat. And I'd be the only one dressed for the weather, right? And I know that might sound cliche to some people, but that was me. Like, I was like, I'm not going to be cold for nobody. I'm not, But even then, I can remember I had a level of confidence. Like, where I wasn't about to be wanting so bad to fit in to where I was going to be cold. Because it was like I would be the only one with a coat on. And I'm talking about not a little coat. I would have on a heavy winter coat, y'all. I'm telling y'all, standing in the wrist line, and everybody else would be like trying to show their body off, or, trying to show their little outfit off freezing with a thin jacket. And I would be warm. So, but it has also been times like, where I remember going certain places or doing certain things where I wasn't prepared as everybody else, right? So, it could go both ways. But I say that to say that even then I had a level of confidence, right? Because I believed and trusted in certain things. Like, I believed that I wasn't about to stand in that line. And I believed that if I stood in that line and be freezing, I was going to get a cold, right? I was going to get pneumonia or something like that. So maybe everybody else didn't believe that, but I did. So for me, I needed on the coat in order to prevent myself from getting sick. So that was what I would do. So that's what I had to say that. And as y'all see me sniffing right now, because every time the weather changes, that's how I know when it's getting cold. I'm sniffing and stuff like that. And people have really lost sight of just like a regular cold, guys. Like, somebody sniff nowadays and they're like, oh my God, they automatically go to COVID or something like that. And that's where another form of confidence come in. Because with me, it's cold. Like, I just need some tea and give me some berries and I'm back. And it hasn't let me down yet. No matter what's going on in this world, right? So this is why I want to say confidence is a mind frame thing, right? So really what you believe is your confidence level. So let's just say this. I can remember my daughter, she's 13, my youngest child. I can remember taking her to the doctor, and I remember she had her neck was black, and I didn't know at the time that, we was telling her like, girl, wash your neck, kept washing it, come out. So we go to the doctor and we mentioned it. I didn't know at the time that when your neck is black and your neck is dark, that's a form of pre-diabetes or that you're diabetic. I never knew that because in my family, it's a hypertension ring, strong, high blood pressure. So I never knew that. So we went to the doctor and they was telling my daughter, oh my gosh, she's pre-diabetic, and they was telling her that she was going to be on insulin and all these other different things. And I looked at my daughter, y'all, and my daughter, I wish she was here now, but she's at school, of course. But I looked at my daughter, my youngest, and I said, girl, we ain't about to do that, because my daughter looked like she was just about to bawl, like about cry. Like, have y'all kids ever did that to y'all? My baby like she was about to cry because they said she was going to need insulin and she was a pre-diabetic. And I looked at my daughter, I said, girl, you ain't about to take no insulin. You ain't about to do none of that. If your body is telling them that you're pre-diabetic, that means that we need to change our eating habits. And not just her, that meant the whole household. Because like I always say in my household, if it's for one, it's for all of us. Because that means if her eating is off, all of our eating is off. So we just changed our eating, and I made her start exercising with her. But I exercised with her. That was very important. So I didn't just tell my daughter to exercise. I would exercise with her because I need to exercise as well. Right? So in doing that, let me just tell y'all, in doing that, they told her to come back in 90 days, which is 3 months. Right? So when we go back in 90 days, 3 months, the doctor was like amazed. They was like, I don't know what you're doing, Mom, but whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And the only thing I had done was changed our eating and exercise. And she didn't have a trace of being diabetic, and she had lost weight. Like, she had lost, I think, 12 pounds, like in 90 days. And I'm not here to, I'm just telling y'all this, a confidence story, right? As a mom, okay? So my baby had lost 12 pounds in 90 days. Not only did she lose 12 pounds in 90 days, let me tell you what else it did. My baby, it gave her more confidence in her mom. Because when the doctors was telling her that she was going to need insulin and she was going to need to do this and XYZ, Mom told her, nah, you don't need to do that. You just need to change your eating. All of us need to change our eating, and we just need to exercise more. Right? And then when she went in, of course, me and her sister was telling her, oh, you know what, Sasa, you look good now, boom, boom, boom. And she was looking at us, kids don't understand it. They don't process it as quick as when it's coming from the household, right? So she thought that we was just telling her that just because that's what she wanted to hear. But when we went to the doctor, and the doctor was amazed, and the doctor told her, like, hey, I don't know what Mom's doing. Keep it. My baby was like ready to cry, and not a bad cry. She was ready to cry because she couldn't believe that Mom gave her the confidence to believe and trust in herself enough to where not only was she didn't have a trace of being diabetic no more, not only was she not pre-diabetic no more, but she changed her life. And this is what I don't believe in diets, but I believe in a lifestyle change. This is what I taught my young daughter. She's 13. I taught her this. Like that, and I'm not saying don't go to the doctor, don't believe in the doctors, because we go to the doctor. I'm just saying you have to have the confidence level and believe and trust and know, okay, I go there, they diagnose me, they tell me what it is, but I can use natural ways to help myself. You know what I mean? But you have to believe that. And that's what I taught my daughter at 13. So now everybody in my household, and when I say everybody in my household, when they're sick, guess what we do? We use fruits. We use fruit and tea in my house like it is like if y'all think I'm playing, I use fruit and tea in my house for everything. I don't care what you sick with. I'm going to give you a fruit and I'm going to give you a tea. And that's what I have always done. But just for me as a mother, for me to see how the doctor wanted my baby to have insulin. First thing they went to was, oh, you need insulin, bring it back in and all this. And how I believed in myself. I believed in the earth, the natural things that the earth brings us anyway. I had trust in what I had learned for as natural remedies and things like that I was able to go and say, nah, we're not doing that. You're not taking no insulin. What we're going to do is exercise more and change all of our diets. And not our diets, our lifestyle eating. And I was able to do that. And just to see the effect it has on my daughter from back then to now, from her confidence level being like this to like that. Now my daughter believes in herself. She's not even scared to take pictures. She didn't even used to take pictures. Now she likes taking pictures, right? She was about to cry because, like I said, her neck was black. We didn't know it was a form of diabetes. Now my daughter's neck is light. All because I believed in me. And then not only did I believe in me, I gave my daughter the confidence in me to say, you know what, my mama know it just a little bit. I don't know a lot, but she know a little bit enough. So this is why I say confidence is a mind frame. Confidence is a form of what you believe and what you trust in. Because I'm going to tell you now, I know back for me, like even my mom, and I can go on and on. I can remember, and this is why I say confidence is a belief and trust. Because I can remember when I first, like I don't know if I told y'all, my heart was enlarged, right? My heart is enlarged, well was, it's, it's not really, like, not no more, but my heart was enlarged, right, from taking too many blood pressure pills. All because the doctor told me I had to take blood pressure pills since I was 14. I'm 40 now. They told me since I was 14, you needed blood pressure pills, and I had to take 2. I had to take verapamil and lisinopril. 1 in the morning, 1 at night, right? And I can remember every time I didn't even take my medicine, I would get sick. And I would have to go to the doctor. And I'm talking about, I wouldn't get a little sick. I would get a lot of sick if I didn't have my medicine. Go to the doctor, and I'm crying, and I'm cramped over, and, and that led me to do my research. And in doing my research, I learned that blood pressure was a combination of 2 things. 2 things. And I'm saying this to anybody who may be going through this, because this is something sentimental for me. This is what I had to end up believing. This is how I end up believing and trusting in me and myself. This is how I really understood and knew that I could believe and trust in myself, and it's going to be okay. I was on 2 blood pressure pills. They had enlarged my heart. Verapamil and lisinopril. I don't know if anybody's taking them, but that it enlarged my heart because I had been taking this since I was 14. When I was around 30 years old, I started doing my research. And like I said, I found out it was a combination of 2 things. Blood pressure is. Blood pressure means that your eating is off or you're stressing. So guess what I did? I changed my eating habits. And then I left my relationship that was leaving me stressed that I was in for 10 years. The best decision I could ever, both of them was the best decisions I could have made in my life. And even to this day, I don't eat the same things that I used to eat back then. I don't cook because, see, what they tell us is that a lot of things is hereditary. But then you find out it's only hereditary because, of course, I've been eating what you've been eating your whole life. My mom taught me how to eat this. My dad taught me how to eat this. That's what makes it hereditary. So that's another story. But what I did was change my eating habit. And then I changed my relationship. And guess what? When I went back to the doctor said, man, like whatever, like they just always tell me, like, what you doing? And I told them, I ain't do nothing but change my eating and start exercising, and that's it, and got rid of the stress. And they just told me to keep doing it. That's all the doctors ever tell me to do. You know what, Miss St. Clair, keep doing whatever you're doing. And once I seen that, like, hold up. Now, this is what I told myself. I went from believing in what they told me to do to just doing my own research and understanding and realizing that, I apologize, y'all. But then doing my research and understanding and realizing that blood pressure was just a combination of 2 things. And in doing so, I changed them 2 things. And now, guess what? That don't mean do you think I don't still get stressed? No. I just don't allow myself to get stressed like I used to. I'm not going to put myself in a repetitive, stressful situation like I used to. Yes, I still get stressed, right? You think that I don't eat some of the stuff I want to eat sometimes? Yes, but I don't eat a lot of unhealthy stuff like no more. No, I don't eat pork, and it ain't because of whatever scripture say. No, it's because it's not good for me. It's not good for you. It's just not good for our bodies in general. It's a lot of things I don't do. I don't fry a lot of foods no more, right? I eat a lot of baked foods now. So these are just things that I learned to do. And it changed my health. And it changed and it helped me get confidence in myself. And I just had to tell y'all that story to tell y'all. Sometimes, I don't care if it's a doctor. I don't care if it's a professional. Sometimes you know your body more than anybody else can ever know your body. And sometimes you have to do research for yourself. Don't stand on what you're being told. Confidence is believing and trusting in something or someone. So that's why I made a post saying, show me what you believe and trust in, and I can show you your level of confidence. Right? Because if my kids if If the only thing I believed in is what the doctor told me, if the only thing I believed in is what the streets told me or whatever somebody else told me, I wouldn't be Queen A or who I am today. And I would still be taking 2 forms of blood pressure medicines. But it was all because I chose to do my own research. I chose to be the change. Like I chose to, okay, well, blood pressure's on the list. I'm going to do this. I'm going to change my eating habit. I'm going to get rid of this relationship that's stressing me. I chose to do that. That's why I say it starts right here in your mind. Because I'm going to tell you now, if I had read all that stuff and everything and I didn't believe it, say if I read up and it said, oh, for blood pressure, only thing you had to do is change your eating habit and, it's stress. And I didn't believe it. And I still stayed in that stressful relationship. And then I still ate whatever I wanted to eat when I wanted to eat whatever, right? Meaning I'm still frying stuff every day. I'm still doing this, right? Because I didn't believe in here that it would work. Because like I said, I can show you anything, but it starts to here. You have to believe it. You have to trust it. So if I didn't believe that if I ate differently, if I didn't believe that if I ended my stressful relationship, if I didn't trust that if I just did that I will be a different person, that my health will be better, and that my stress level will be better, right? My mouth's so dry, I need to get some water. If I didn't believe that, guess what? I wouldn't be Queen A today. I would still be taking 2 forms of blood pressure pills. I would still be taking Verapamil and Lisinopril, 1 in the day and 1 at night. And then guess what else I would be doing? I would be still in a stressful relationship. I'm just saying. Because I would be trying to make it work for... I'm sorry, I got to get something to drink. I would be still trying to make it work for the kids instead of making it work for me. And that's another thing. Confidence is making sure that you understand that in order to be confident, you have to grow here first. You can't be confident in just making everybody else happy. You have to make yourself happy first in order to be confident. Sorry, I had to drink some water. My mouth's so dry. My mouth's so dry. But yes, so that is why we are talking about mind frame. So the challenge is, I challenge you all to find something positive, because you have to change your mind frame first. So if you ain't reading, if you ain't listening, if you ain't watching something positive every day, and I'm talking about early in the morning, you already are defeating your chances for you to grow confidence, for you to believe in yourself, for you to trust in yourself. These are things that you must do daily. You must daily strengthen your mind. That's why you ever hear when they say if you want somebody, you don't want to know something, put it in the book, or you don't want to know something, write a paragraph. A lot of people don't read. A lot of people, they don't even forget reading. A lot of people won't even listen to something positive. So that can be the challenge for you. Listen to something positive. Watch something positive. Educate yourself. That's how you be confident. You can't be confident if you ain't educating yourself. If you only going based off what somebody tell you, I don't care if it's what I tell you. I don't care if it's what the man next door tell you. I don't care if it's what your mother told you, your grandma told you. A lot of us scared to grow because of what you've been taught and what you have understood to be true. You see, I said what you have understood to be true. All my life, throughout my whole family, what they understood to be true is that they need blood pressure pills and blood pressure medicines in order to grow. With me doing my own research, I was able to bet that. And I'm not saying it's best for you, because my journey ain't your journey ain't mine. I'm just telling you how I was able to, what helped me grow and believe in myself, how my confidence level grew. My confidence level grew when I challenged myself to be better. When I started doing research and forgetting what everybody else was telling me, right? Because I did my research. I said, well, forget what the doctors say. Forget what they say. I'm going to challenge myself. That's when things start changing for Queen A. So it didn't matter. And I want y'all to understand, it's not going to matter. Your confidence level will stay the same if you ain't growing. If you ain't constantly reading something to grow your mind. Meaning reading something positive, listening to something positive, right? Talking to people positive. Right? If you ain't talking to positive individuals, you ain't reading, none of that, if none of that applies to you, then that's where your confidence level lies at, right there. In order for you to grow, in order for you to constantly grow. Not just grow one day, in order for you to constantly grow. You have to be constantly learning. You have to be constantly looking, watching, reading something positive. And then not only do you have to read it, watch it, look at it, you must believe. Trust what you believe in. Right? That's what I'm saying. You see, I said trust what you believe in. Like, for instance, with me, I had to trust that if I changed my diet, that everything was going to be okay with my health. I had to trust that if I got rid of a relationship and I went about things a different way, my stress level would be different. Trust in yourself. Believe in it. That's where your confidence levels lie. I had to trust and believe back in the days when everybody was standing in the wrist lines, freezing, trying to look good. I trusted and believed that I looked good with a coat on because I was warm. That's how I trusted and believed in myself. I'm going to be cute with a coat on. And if you knew me from back then, you knew that. I never wanted to, like I said, let me take that back. I did want to fit in to a certain extent until I realized, to me, people wasn't using this a lot of times. Like, there's no way you're going to tell me to look good, you got to stand in a line without a coat on and freeze. That was never me. So my confidence level, to me, was always at a different level than everybody else. Because even, like I said, even when I went on a job, any job I ever had, even to this day, I go in knowing and believing certain things. I already go in believing that I'm going to be the best, right? And I'm not saying necessarily that I'm the best to you, but I'm saying to me. So confidence comes from your level of belief, your level of trust, right? I believe that if I go about things a certain way with my youth, that they will respond a certain way, right? I believe that, we all make mistakes. There's no book on parenting. I believe you learn from one child and then you change certain things. Like, it's certain things I did with my older kids that I wouldn't do with my younger child, right? Because it's a learning experience as you go as a parent. So you're constantly building your confidence. Your confidence level should never stay the same. You should be constantly growing and building your confidence level. Period. Why? Because you should be constantly growing your beliefs. You should be constantly growing your thinking. You should be constantly growing what you trust and what you believe should be a constant growing thing. You shouldn't believe, I don't believe the same thing I believe today that I believed 30 years ago. And then 30 years from today, I shouldn't be believing the same thing that I believe today. You get what I'm saying? I should be constantly growing. There should be something different in order for you to grow, in order for you to get confident. And I'm just saying, that's why if you show me what you believe in, what you trust in, I can show you your level of confidence. And don't get it twisted. Confidence, your level of confidence, some people's confidence level is up here. But it ain't for the right thing. So your confidence level could be up here for the good or for the bad. Don't get it twisted. You see what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted like, I got confidence. But what's your confidence level? Show me what you believe in and what you trust in. That's where I'm going to dictate your confidence level to be at. So if you believe and trust that if somebody killing people, they cool, or you believe and you believe or you cool with kids throwing up gang signs or having guns, then that's where your level of confidence might be up here, but it's up here for the wrong thing. You get what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted. There's some people out here who got a high level of confidence, but it's not for the right thing. That's why I said, show me what you believe and what you trust in, and I can show you your level of confidence. Get what I'm saying? So you can have a high level of confidence and good or for bad. But I'm trying to grow the level of confidence for the good, for the right. You get what I'm saying? I don't want you to be arrogant in your confidence, but you ain't growing nobody's mindset. That makes no sense to me. You see what I'm saying? I want people to grow, and I want you to help other people to grow. That's how we all grow. That's how you build confidence. You build confidence by helping others. You build confidence by telling people you believe in them. You build confidence by earning other people respect. You can't build confidence by just getting to a bag. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all just want to get to the bag. If that's where your level of confidence is, then I can tell you your level of confidence to Queen A is at a 1. It might even be a 0 if all you want is a bag. You see what I'm saying? My level of confidence is growing and helping others to be better. Because we can grow at anything. You can learn anything. People can learn how to steal a car. They can learn how to kill. You can learn how to do anything. You can learn how to pick locks. You can learn how to do anything. Don't get it twisted. So you might be like, oh, my confidence level up here, I ain't tripping. But is your confidence level, is your confidence level up there for the right thing? Are you okay with people robbing? Are you okay with people killing? Are you okay with people shooting? Are you okay with our young people going through what they're going through? If that's your level of confidence, then you are at a 1 or a 0. You see what I'm saying? Versus my level of confidence, I want to see you grow. I want to see you have ambition. I want to see you believe in yourself. I want to see you trust in yourself. You see the difference? I could care less about the other stuff. So I want y'all to understand that your level of confidence, it can go either way. That's why I say it starts up here. Because a lot of people got high level of confidence, right? You ever heard that, what's that Beyonce song? I got a big ego, right? So some people got a huge ego, but what is it for? Right? Because ego ain't nothing but another word for confidence. You can say whatever. People got egos because of what they believe and what they trust in. That's what makes them have a big ego. The same thing as confidence. What you believe and what you trust in is what dictates your confidence level. You see how that works? So I just want y'all to understand, in order for you to grow or be confident in anything, the first thing you need to do is find something positive. And I say positive because on this channel, we're always talking about growing positively, right? We want people to grow in their confidence. I don't want you to be doing the same thing today that you was doing yesterday and the day before that. Constantly growing in your confidence. So I want you to find something that, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to do research on something that you believe in, that you trust in, or that you want to believe and trust in, whatever that may be. Right? For me, that's why I use the health thing. Because for me, for my journey, it was finding different things other than medicine for me to get healthy in my family. Because me taking blood pressure pills, 2 of them for years, made my heart enlarge. So that was a problem with me. And once I was able to do that, my eyes got big like, what? Hold up, Ariel. You believed in yourself and you trusted in yourself. And not only did you do that, but by doing that, you ain't got to take no more blood. I haven't took a blood pressure pill in, it's been about 10 years. I'm telling you, it's been about 10 years. I'm here to tell y'all, a lot of people don't want to hear that when you start talking like that. One thing I noticed, that's why I say what you believe in, what you trust in, because it's been so many people who had the same problems as me, and all I do is tell them, like, look, blood pressure ain't nothing but a combination of the X, Y, Z. And they're like, I even have people argue with me, oh, I know it's not that, I just need medicine, right? Because they don't believe and they don't trust that they can get better with certain things. So I leave it at that. Sometimes you have to let people believe and go where they go. Because like I said, I can show you and I can tell you anything. Just like somebody can show me and tell me anything. But if I don't believe it, like if I read that and I never believed, I would still be taking blood pressure medicine myself. So confidence level goes a long way. What you believe and what you trust. I had to believe in certain things to get to where I am today. Had I not believed that Queen A can talk to youth and talk to teens and get their attention and that I could change somebody, I wouldn't be able to go to the schools and speak. Had I believed or that, Queen A, these kids ain't going to receive what you saying. Had that's what I believed, I wouldn't have cards, like 20 cards from kids saying they love me and they want me to come back and they want to know, like just certain things. Had I not believed and trusted in Queen A, I wouldn't be doing this right here. I wouldn't be able to go live because I didn't believe and trust myself. I'm going to tell you now, I never did anything to fit in. I was never the fitting in kind. So you can ask anybody who know Queen A, whether they knew Nay, whether they knew Ariel, whether they knew Kiwi, whether they knew Cornbread, whatever you knew me as. I never was just a fitting in type. Don't get me wrong. I would go try to be in there, but I know. Everybody was wearing Jordans, I was wearing Air Maxes. You know what I mean? Or I remember I could be mad. I was mad because I remember when I got in trouble, my daddy would buy me off-brand shoes, and I was so mad. But he was teaching me something. But it was a mind frame thing. I can remember it was certain times other people would do stuff and I'd be wondering why I never got invited. Like nobody invited me, did it, and then when I hear what they was doing, I'm like, oh, well, I'm glad they didn't invite me, because I ain't know that's not Queen A. That's not what I was on. Don't get it twisted. Don't think I ain't do some crazy things. I have done crazy things. But it's been plenty of times where everybody else was doing this and I didn't want to do that. I was over here. Everybody else was looking like this. I didn't want to do that. I was over here. I always looked or presented myself in a different way. I was never scared of that. You know? So while some people would laugh, I didn't care. You know? Because for me, it was about morals. It was about values, about what I believed and what I trusted in. You see what I'm saying? It was certain things I believed that a woman should do and that a woman shouldn't do. And so I didn't do certain things. And I didn't allow myself to be portrayed a certain way. Now, don't get me wrong. It was like, I'm not saying that, I did go out, had my fun. But it's a different type of fun I learned. Right? So I always believed and trusted in different things. I always believed in order for you to be a woman, you had to carry yourself a certain way. Now, don't get me wrong, I was a tomboy for a long time, right? Like, if you knew me from back in the days, I wasn't wearing a skirt. That was not Queen A. I was not wearing a skirt. So, no. It wasn't until I got older that I started doing that. But I still didn't portray myself in a different way. So, I just want y'all to understand, first things first, confidence starts in your mind, what you believe and what you trust. A lot of y'all don't believe y'all can be better. A lot of y'all don't believe that y'all can do better with y'all health if y'all just focused on natural things. A lot of y'all don't believe or trust that if you lived your life in a different way, that things will be different. A lot of y'all don't believe or trust that your environment plays a big role on the way your youth and your teens are grown up. A lot of y'all don't believe that what partner or who you bring around your youth makes a big difference. A lot of y'all don't believe that. A lot of y'all just don't believe it. And that makes a big difference in our society. Because you have to be able to believe and trust in order to be confident. A lot of y'all don't have confidence when it comes to, earning your teens or your youth trust because you don't believe in that. Like, you don't believe that you can earn it. You don't believe that, you don't even trust that you can get it. Versus me, I'm going to tell you now, I believe in and I trust that I'm going to earn my teens' trust and that I gain their trust. And there's certain things that's going to be a certain way. But that's a learned process over time. That comes from me daily watching, believing in certain things, reading certain things, listening to certain things on a daily basis. That's how this works, guys. So that's why today I was talking about mind frame. Because I want you to understand what you put in up here is dictating what you portray out here in the environment, right? Which is your confidence level. So, put something in here positive every day, every morning. Read something. Watch somebody positive, right? I'm just saying, something positive every morning. If you can do a 10-minute motivational video, whatever the case may be, find one and look at it every day in the morning. I challenge you to do that. That's going to build your confidence level. I'm telling you, by the time you get finished with a 10-minute motivational video, you be like, I'm ready. I am who I, you just be ready. And that's the kind of determination that you need to build your confidence and to build up here. Okay? Feel free to follow me on my platforms. I got a YouTube as well. It's called Queen A Speaks. You can feel free to go on there and listen to my motivational videos as well. Or find somebody, it don't even have to be me. Find somebody that you can relate to. It's perfectly fine to me. It's perfectly fine with Queen A if it's not me. Okay? I'm not fit for everybody, and that's okay. I shouldn't be. Because everybody is not like me and I'm not like everybody else. Everybody is not on my level and I'm not on theirs. It goes both ways, right? So I want you to understand that. And understand that in this world, confidence is based on what you believe and what you trust. That is what you're going to be confident. Like, for instance, if you go to church, your faith and you believe and trust that somebody come back to save you, that's where your confidence level at, right? You're going to be doing certain things expecting for somebody to come back and save you, right? If you doing certain things over here and, you like, oh, well, I don't believe in that, then that's where your confidence level at. You're going to do things a little different because you're not basing your life on somebody coming back, and certain things like far as you raising your kids, right? So, like, if I believe that, my daughters should be a certain way, or I should portray a certain image for my daughters, then I'm going to not bring certain things around my girls. I'm not going to do certain things, and and it's certain things that I am going to do around them. So it go both ways, guys, but it all starts right here. It all starts right here. Okay? Now, I hope y'all got something from this episode. This is a mind frame episode. And if y'all like what y'all got, y'all want to join my Each One Motivates One community. We are supposed to start February, but we'll be starting, February. We'll be starting February for Each One Motivates One. If you want to join my community, add me and I'll add you to that. But we're going to be doing exercises. I'm going to be posting challenges for us to do to grow our confidence level. We focus on more than just that. So we focus on the respect. How to get comfortable saying no. What is respect? What's not respect? How to build confidence. These are the things that we focus on. So I hope y'all got something from this. And just remember, if nothing else, it starts from up here. It starts up here. What you believe up here is where your confidence level lies. Okay? All right, so if nobody else loves you, y'all already remember Queen A loves you, right? Until next time, which is tomorrow, and we'll be talking about environment, about how environment affects your confidence level. All right? Until next time, nobody else loves you. You already know. Later.